Julio and Brett, thank you so much for a few minutes. Congratulations on the film. Julio, what does it mean to you to be getting, this kind of, great positive attention? I know you guys are screening the film very soon at the White House. If they're putting so much time in it with a lot of young actors, a lot of veteran actors, and everything in between, what does this film mean to you?
Well, I mean, the thing is when you do, this is my second true story, so it's nice to be validated as a filmmaker, but the reality is you kind of do these things that to try to draw attention to the people who live through the story you're telling. And so I think it's been really satisfying for me. Like we went last week and we showed the movie at in Del Rio in the actual hometown, and they basically brought out a parade for us, and the cheerleaders came and cheered in front of the theater for us, and so I think it's nice to get personal validation creatively, but I also it's the only thing that makes these sort of things really meaningful is when you feel like you're participating in something maybe bigger than yourself, and so I've really been grateful for the reception. I've tried to integrate the original guys whenever we can in our screenings and things, and that's been very meaningful for me. Feeling like I'm helping tell a story from our community and highlighting some of the things that other people have done in the past.
And Brett, I mean, every story like this has to have, kind of an antagonist figure. What is it like for you to play that role in a film as an actor, and what do you take away from it?
Well, it's the whole picture, and like if you take the whole total thing of it, you have to have that. You have to have an antagonist, and it's not always. It's a great story. I worked with Gene Hackman once. I was this other football film, and I asked him. I said, "I'm playing this kind of an asshole. So should I try and find the gray area?" And he goes, "Oh hell no, just be bad. So just enjoy it." So it's a lot of fun to do that. My concern is if I go through the Hispanic community somewhere in Los Angeles, they'll start throwing eggs at me or something. Is that fucking asshole? But I one, it was great fun for me because Dennis Quaid and I have known each other since we were 17. This is like the third or fourth film we've done together, so that's always fun. And he kind of was the one that brought me in, and getting to work with Julio and the cast is just so wonderful and in every aspect. I mean, I don't think there was a weak person in it. I just think it was really a wonderful experience. And yeah, I knew I was playing the bad guy, so there's no way of going, oh, I'm going to pretend to be a good guy. Although we did talk about Julio at the very end, that moment of when they walk through with the trophy, that he kind of acknowledges them, doesn't necessarily applaud them, but it's like, okay, you won, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that and doing the film as well with Julio, is he was very open minded, and and would listen to us if we had ideas, and would reject some and accept others, and that's what collaboration is.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're like, I'm working with guys who their resumes are crazy. Brad and Dennis and Cheech uh, and even Jay. Jay's younger, but when you have guys of that caliber on your set, I mean, you'd just be stupid to not hear their opinions. It doesn't make any sense. So I felt like I was very supported, and everybody we had like a common vision of what we were trying to accomplish. So I just felt like I was getting good ideas thrown at me all the time, and so it was a real blessing to work on this movie.
Now, in that same vein, you're also working with very young actors. Julian was just telling me about,
Mhm.
it's his first lead role. You have people like Christian, Jose, Miguel, and so tell me, what was that like for you? And also, same thing with you, Brett. You're working with young actors on set. You're trying to direct young actors at the same time. What was that experience like? Because it sounded like they were having a great time.
Yeah, the thing is, those guys, even though they're young, well, maybe because they're young, they were really prepared. They really learned their lines. They put a lot of effort into it. So when they showed up on set, they were ready. They were ready professionally. But mostly like what they brought was just a lot of enthusiasm, man. Like those guys, those young kids, like they were just excited to be there. So anytime they came on set, you could just feel the energy. And even for me, like I this is my third movie, and a lot of times you kind of get into the routine of like, all right, I'm tired, I haven't slept, and those guys show up, and it reminds you how lucky we are to be doing this stuff, because they're just so happy to be doing it and excited. But I will say, that being said, like even the older guys, like these guys also treated this like it was a special movie, which was I based on the resumes, I don't even understand how they still care about these things. And they come and they put all their effort and their love and their experience into these small movies, and that's what makes it all pop. So I didn't really even distinguish. I didn't feel a big difference between the older guys and the younger guys, other than we could draw on the older guys' experience whenever we needed it, which was very helpful.
And for me, when I showed up, those boys, all of them had bonded. I mean, they were so tight. I'd walk in the hotel and they'd all come. It was like it was like you said, a boy band. It's like, oh, the guys are here. And that was fun. But mostly what I did with them, I didn't. I think that watching guys like me and Dennis and Cheech watch us work, and they would be there and see how we behaved and how we approach the work. And I think they gained some knowledge from that. But they also, the thing about the film is they didn't have any golf training. So Dennis and I mean, most movies, TV show, people stay in their trailers until they're needed. And I'd come out of my trailer because I don't like sitting in my trailer that much. And I'd come out and I'd find the guys, they'd be over there practicing hitting balls or putting. And so I'd walk over and start working with them, saying, because I'm a single digit handicap. Dennis is a really good golfer too. So we just started working with them, trying to make them look like they knew how to play golf. And they picked it up so fast and were so studious about it. And it was a joy to be around.
Nice little golf flex right there at the end.
He's very good. He's very good. Yeah.
And it was difficult. I mean, the other thing is you're playing with golf clubs that are from 1956. Persimmon had little tiny, drivers, and the irons are, they're all like you have to hit them perfectly, or they're not cavity back like they are today with people that correct your mistakes. So it was a difficult, transition for everybody. But those kids were so good and so prepared and ready to do anything. So I
think the best acting of Brett's career was in the scene where he pretended to be bad at golf in the wife scene. That was very difficult for him.
It's funny though.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate the insight on the film. I appreciate the film as well. It's a wonderful film and be added to a catalog of storytelling of things that need to be told. And here we are, another great story for inspiration for generations to come. Thanks again. And it was really nice to meet you guys virtually. Again, sorry for the shadow. I'm in a bad spot.
It's dramatic. It's good. It's like The Godfather.
Dramatic. It's good. It's like Orson Welles.
Take care, guys.
All right. Take care.